Alright, good morning. I am going to do a quick match using this bleed comp. Uh, the basic idea of the comp is to put as much bleed as you can on the opponent. You want to do this by utilizing Kathy Gura. I'm just going to call her Kathy from now on. Her final Pyre ability here. Delay, so next turn, all enemies have Falter. Falter increases the active damage they take by 50%. This includes bleed, but if they actually take damage, like you hit them with a damaging attack, this falter will come off. So you want to do all your bleed before the falter comes off. Clem here has Frenzied Catalyst, and it forces the opponents to draw 5 cards and gives 15 bleed for 1 cost. What you ideally want to do is have the lone seed, which picks one of your skills and gives you 3 copies of said skills and puts it into your draw pile. Copy basically any Clem card, and then with Poetic Bygone Day, you can cycle to get that Clem bleed card. Um, there were maybe times when the lone seed doesn't give you a Clem card at all, and in that case, you can still do Poetic Bygone Days on Clem and potentially get these other 2 cards to transform into Frenzy Catalyst. But you can pivot as well and have Liz be your bleed unit with her Emerald Starfall. The cost of this is just really high, so it's kind of not as cost efficient. But if the lone seed copies Emerald Starfall, that's actually really good because with Enhance her Guardian Green Flame here, uh, this becomes 20 bleed for 2 cost if it's the lone seed copy ones. 20 bleed for 2 cost plus Falter. Um, that really adds up to a lot of damage. Aegis is just here to keep the party alive. The extra draw is really handy here. Weakness can be extremely useful as well. Analysis of Death is also great versus the Hellic comps. All of these wheels are very flexible. You can kind of put them on anybody depending on the situation here. Springverse is also really good for fishing out those copy dupes that you have in the deck. So let's see if we can get a match. I am surprised we got one so quickly. Well, this is actually a really fun comp. The enemy comp here, the Tai Will, tries to get the Pikmin to exalt as quick as possible, and the Pikmin's exalt is really strong here. So what I'm going to do is I want to save this, and I'm just going to use some cards here. If they had an enemy Clem, I would use the Death Bolt right now, just because the Clem would, make us draw more cards. But they don't have an enemy Clem, so I can just hold on to that. They're not going to make me draw cards and go over the hand limit. Yep, see, she's going to enhance him. Next turn, he's going to get that Exalt card. I still don't want to push damage yet. I'm going to play it like this. Strike. I'm going to use this now. Just because I worry that I'm going to have too many cards in my hand next turn. And I won't be able to play this without missing a card draw. The nice thing about this comp is it doesn't particularly care about taunt because it's going to play through taunt anyways. Sluggish does kind of suck though. Here we go. This is perfect because we have Spring Verse, which will allow us to draw 2. This card, let's see if we can get... We don't get any Clem cards, but we do get the Emerald Star Fall that I was talking about, which is great. We have space to draw this. They don't have Falter on them yet, but I think that's fine. I'm going to start bleeding them now. We will see. We're going to do this. Poetic. Do it again. Draw 2. There we go. Bleed. Bleed. And we're going to Final Falter in hopes that we can get some crazy damage next turn. Barrier doesn't matter. Stun 1 unit. I don't know why. Oh, Aegis was taunted. I was like, why did you pick the Aegis? That taunt is probably really going to save me here. Because if I'm going to be able to Liz Exalt, I might do Liz Exalt at full HP. Or not full HP, I'm sorry, full Arithmetica. Alright, I've got the barrier on everybody. I know this is hard to remember, but remember, you can use this on a dead body for Alienus, which I am definitely going to do. I need to get rid of this barrier on everybody, and I can't strike. Does Bygone Days work? Upon equipping and strike. So I think the best thing to do is this, unfortunately. This is 30 damage per target, which just leaves that. If she wasn't paralyzed, this Aegis would be freaking dead. And I don't think through the barriers, it's going to be cutting it close. We'll see. If I had not Mind Strangulation, but the one card that deals damage per how many cards they had in hand, I would have used that to break all the barriers. Then I would have used Kathy. But I think this will be fine. We will enhance. That allows this to deal 40. Strike. Okay. That was pretty decent, as you can see. The enemy comp is a really fun comp. But this is the bleed comp. This is the idea. I know Liz did most of the damage. Clem should have a number here, because I did do a lot of bleed with her. But that is the idea there. Kathy Gura kind of got the short end of the stick because her Exalt was eaten up by all that barrier. So her damage would be higher if they didn't have barrier on everybody. Thanks for watching.